Hi, Gardener Steve here, out in my tomato patch, one of the common garden plants to grow. And there's really two major kinds of tomato growth habits. One is a bush type called determinate, and they are great for patios and things like that. They don't require much training at all. But the ones you grow out here in the garden are indeterminate. That means they're a vine, so they have a growing tip, and you need to protect that growing tip, and you also need to support that growing tip as it grows. I've planted them in the biofilm, as you can see here. For support, I've got a piece of twine tied to the plant, and then it's wrapped around the stem to a wire, which I've got on these posts, so I have a trellis. It works really well. So I train the vine by winding it around the twine all the way to the top. But one of the most important things to note is the way they grow. And they produce these really luscious looking trusses of fruits like this. The trusses form along the stem like this, and then the leaves come out. And that's fine, but there's a problem. Every now and then, right where a leaf comes out, another tomato vine tries to grow. And your job in training is to take them off just by snapping them off, like this. Even tiny ones like this one, or big ones like this one. You can snap it off, you can take the growing point out, but you can't let it become the top. So keep a single plant going like this, wrapping around the support system as you go. So it's a daily, every few days job. See, here's one here. He's trying to become the new vine. We want this to be the top of the plant. There's another good example just down the row. I'm going to show you that right now. The tomatoes at this end of my trellis are Italian type tomatoes, which I use for tomato sauce in September when they're ready. Look at that beautiful truss of elongated paste type tomatoes. It's really quite nice. I've trained the single stem, up we go, but look, here's an offshoot. I want to get rid of that shoot in here. And then I go to this, even this tiny one, I give it a little, careful with that truss. You don't want to disturb it. Okay? And then I work down to the next one. Here's a good example. There's a great big shoot in here trying to become a new vine. I don't want him. I know it's big and it hurts to take him off, but that's what I do. I take him off out of there. There's another big one, just like that. Out he comes. And that's a little bit about how you train indeterminate vine-like tomatoes. It supports them, it keeps them off the ground. It does a really good job of growing quality fruit.